Primark has promised to make all of its clothes using recycled or sustainably sourced materials. But are pledges like this enough to fix the fast fashion industry? And Isabella, I'm coming back to you because I know this is your line of business. So is a pledge like this genuine or is it greenwashing? How do we know?
I think anything like this should be welcomed. And I think that the corporate sector have got a huge part to play in trying to reduce the impact of the fashion industry. However, it is incredibly complex. You've got the resource, you have the human rights issues, you have the pollution issues around chemicals, and supply chain mapping is very, very complex for every single retailer. So I think that the government does need to step in and try and put in some producer responsibilities. But of course, there's also a lot that we can do as consumers. Just last night, I went to a secondhand September Oxfam swishing event where everyone bought their own clothes that they didn't want to wear anymore, and everyone swapped them. It was really fun. And we talked about the fact that actually we didn't have to spend a lot of money to get new items whilst recycling others. And you can do this with friends, family, at work. And I would really encourage everybody to think more about shopping online. Even Oxfam online is such a brilliant website now. It's really easy to use.
Let me bring in Dame Julia King here. You were mentioning they're wanting the government to intervene more, but I mean, we're a capitalist economy. How far can the government really be intervening in these matters? I mean, would you advocate something that's like a fashion equivalent of a sugar tax on this industry?
Well, I'd like to see more work going into helping people to understand their carbon footprint and the impact of things like this. We know that young people are actually very interested in and very worried about climate change. And actually, they can be part of the change to the kind of slow fashion that Isabella was talking about. So the IPCC and the Climate Change Committee in the UK have asked for more climate education. And we have a new Secretary of State for Education in Nadeem Zahawi, just recently been announced. And I think this is a real challenge for him, is that we should make climate education absolutely core to the education of young people in the UK, so that people understand the impact of fast fashion and so that they can think about whether that's an appropriate thing for them to do. And actually so that the people who work in the fast fashion industry can put pressure on the companies they work in to think differently about this, to think about new business models, different ways of providing us with fun and enjoyable clothes that have less impact on the environment. And it's been good to see, some of these apps starting up where people are being encouraged to sell their secondhand clothes and give them another life.
All right, really good to talk to you both tonight. Such important issues. Isabella Gornall, Dame Julia King, thank you very much for your time.